Mother trucker.
I'll go and ask that.
Terry doesn't do it.
For Adriana.
03 Khalid in the tough-looking roadster. But here's the thing: you've got a 200-mile-an-hour car that is going to be picking up on your right-hand side of the way. So long as Lee plays the game, just does what he has to do, he can give Simon something to say, mate, you're not going to get it all your way. I don't care that you're in the cricket car. I don't care about your 632 cubic inches of Chevrolet.
How do they fit it into that engine? That's a lot of things in there, isn't it?
No, it's all behind you. You don't care. Simon just says, I'm just going to go do my job, the South Australian says.
It's one quick rear into dragster, but generally we'll pick up the front wheels as well. Put on a bit of a show. Lee Hartfield, Lord, all business.
Once again, Lee will just need to get out there quick. Put a good number on. Good reaction time will be everything. Here they come. Most certainly will, a 672 with a 200-mile-an-hour top end on a 667. An 811 and an 803 with a 036 was not enough because Barlow from the quicker car pulls those double shoots out, runs a 200 mile an hour, and will take the win.
Cool and fast, Terry.
Very. There's no complaining about that, is there? So I do believe that might be that brings us to the end of that round of modified. And that means we will be moving into the scientists of our motorsport, the Supercomp.
Put the white jackets out. The white engineering jacket.
The stethoscope and the beaker and all these interesting Supercomp cars will come out. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, if you were here yesterday, we were talking about it, and we know we are here today, and this is the Supercomp, the combination of course, stands, competition eliminator, and this is the way it works. Every car and every vehicle that's in this category is running off a record that their vehicle runs under. So don't be confused if you see, you're thinking, why is that car not up as quick as that? The way it is they're all running off a record that they are in a category that they have chosen. So you just got to let it all take care of itself and just enjoy the ride. And enjoying the ride is exactly what you're going to do, because we wanted a bit of jamboree party. Here it is, Rod Harvey, all the way from New Zealand.
Yeah, Pauline as well, Terry. Unlike what we've just been seeing this morning with Group 3, where they're running on that dial, it's a national record, but they can run under that time.
Without a doubt. And look, Rod is running under the AASC record, which is a 6.600. Now, I can tell you now, call Jamboree, this car is a 5-second car. We know that. So we don't know what Rod will do with this, whether he'll test it out, whether he'll just say, look, I'll throw it all in. How much do I put in it? What do I do? Do I see what the track's got? I've got a solo. What a bonus.
Yeah, we know, unfortunately, yesterday lost that upright qualifier, Scott Hoffman, when the car went through the bands. He was a second under that national record. So if Rod Harvey can run close to the potential that this car can do, he will be a serious competitor in this field.
Yeah, Hoffman, the car just bumped the beams and it was just creeped through. And yeah, but that's the way, sometimes that's how racing ends, but that's the way it goes. Where's Chris Nichols? Do you want to do a Chris Nichols impersonation?
Oh, definitely not. My impersonation is my impersonation this week going to be absolutely terrible.
So Rod Harvey, it'll be on. Here it comes. Rod Harvey in the Yuasa batteries. See how close he can go to that 60. I don't know what that was, but I enjoyed it. A 618 at 166, nearly 200 miles an hour at half track. Rod Harvey, welcome, good sir, to Supercomp. Nice work. How did you like that, folks? bit of Yuasa action this early in the morning. That was good.
Gee, I wish that bloke would stop screaming at me.
I'm waiting for our production manager to say, calm down, sunshine. We're only in round 2. So Bailey McClure and Peter Mamone. Peter Mamone with this off that 7:38 record. A 6:80 record is what Bailey McClure is on. It is absolutely tough as nails, all faster than Peter. The battery free car of Peter Mamone says, and I don't care about the Corvette. He's gone 76 years above that 738 weight, whereas Bailey McClure in that Corvette, he has gone 0.388 under that 680. So get that in your head, folks. So when they're racing, both of them are going off their respective records that they have chose to race under, whether the car is a specific engine type, whether it's a different weight, whether it's a power ladder, whatever it's got. There's all different weight rates, there's all different stuff. So the Peter Mamone is in one different category than Bailey McClure. They are both running off a national record that they have got their car's capability.
Yeah, that's it. We always love cars with names. Terry and the Bailey McClure Slimer is the nickname for the car.
Why is that? Because it's green. I love it. And it's ghostly. And it moves through the air like the wind. Now watch for McClure. As I said, he has gone 0.388 under that 680. Peter Mamone, he's got some work to do. He's got to hope that Bailey gets it not right.
Yeah, it has been thrown to shake, of course, and not like exactly the race coming back for the next round, but Bailey's still under the national record. Ran out the back door at 6:49 at 216 miles per hour.
That red line will hurt you. I don't think there is any need for it. So Luke Cartledge, Craig Geddes, 744 of Geddes off that in that Summit Racing Dragster. Craig has gone 0.429 under that record. Luke Cartledge, 0.05 above it. So he's right on the bump with Cartledge in that CDA record. 791 is Cartledge. So, but Craig, that's a mountain climb. Craig just gets it, just goes through it, just the normal motions and gets it right. He should, theoretically, on paper, should win it. But that is not how drag racing works.
Yeah, theoretically, it all sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? But when you throw in the fact that you've got that this comparison there between someone running under the national record, someone running on it or just over, it makes the light for that competitor all the more important, doesn't it? To give themselves an opportunity.
Nothing is simple in drag racing, is it, Wade? It's such a simple sport. It's just from A to B, but it is the most complicated sport running around, and it's a sport of tens of thousands of seconds sometimes. And it is unbelievable.
I'm going to go look at what car's coming in. Yeah, you can go down there. Walk up.
So as we wait for Geddes and Hartley to come through. So a big welcome to everybody who is here today. We hope you are enjoying it. Big shout out to everybody over on the grassy area. Look at you beautiful people here. Everyone in the grandstand, getting your positions, because it is going to get very loud very shortly. What a great morning, what a great 4 days of racing we've had, and the spectacular weather that we have that Willowbank has turned on specifically for the Winternationals. underway. We have got a little bit of a clean-up, I do believe. Is that right?
Yeah, so we've got about 5 to 10 minutes for a clean-up. So a good opportunity for everyone sitting up in the grandstand over on the hill. Go grab yourself a coffee or a quick bite to eat, or maybe head over to one of our fantastic vendors here this weekend.
All merch.
Sit down there, get the merch. So you don't want to miss out. Big crowd again today. You don't want to miss out if they sell out of your size by lunchtime. So head on over, have a look. Of course, drag racing, one of the most accessible forms of motorsport. Wherever you are, you can head around through the pits, talk to the drivers, see what they're doing before and after races. So all of our Group 1 pits are down behind the grandstand.
The racer has a story, and they are more than happy to tell you that story if you get them on the right time. Not when they're knee-deep into the under the engine bay, maybe, but you get them on a good day, they will most certainly tell you everything about their bike or car and the history of it. So Wade, it's exciting, isn't it? We're going to go live very shortly. We're going to...
Does that mean we've got to be on our best behaviour?
I'm waiting for the director to tell us that we have to be on our best behaviour, but I think that is how it stands. Aren't we always on our best behaviour?
We are professional, all serious, no fun.
Rightio, so here we go. We are just about to go down to have a chat. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We are going live to Channel 7.
You know, for an event called the Winternationals, it sure does get awfully hot at Willowbank Raceway in June. That might be something to do with the fact that at least 3 NDRC Championship points battles are on fire as we burn it down at the bank. Top Fuel, Aeroflow Nitro Funny Car and Top Door Slammer are off the Richter scale this season as the battle for the top spot rages. Wayne Newby has been in this situation before. He's come north with the title in his sights, only to have Rapisada teammate Damien Harris get the job done and go back-to-back with the Stan Sainty Cup. This time, will it be Wayne and Victory Lane? There's only 2 rounds left in the Top Fuel Championship, and it's the Larrikin Leadfoot and Pocket Rocket from Sydney who's still got a tight grip on the Stan. West Aussies Harris and Kyle Putland and the 2 Phils, Reed and Lamatina, have nothing to lose and it all to gain if they can haul some gold out of the Winters today. We also have the Pom, Steve Reed, looking to burn some big numbers here today in his Top Fuel comeback. Expat Kiwi Morris McMillan has been straight up thrilling in the boosted bright red rocket ship with Patrick of round wins to overtake the Canberra Wonder Boy Josh Slade. All the way won the first round at the bend, but since then it's been Morris monster trucking the title fight and throwing the challenge down to anyone who can try and catch him. Can Josh break back? Today we finally get Darwin's Adam Murray back from a dirt bike injury as well. So if anyone's guess who grabbed Winter's glory, Top Door Slammer. And in a word, Taylor. Because Ted Russell has in SS, second thrill. West on the bottom.
Online ticket?
Just gotta go and grab a tripod.
Put it out to Darren.
Which side is it on the side? Got your bigger tripod. Hopefully that space is still there. Just had to grab a tripod, mate. All good. Thanks, mate.
He was doing all right.
Yes.
Right here, and we're going to not say goodbye to one this weekend, but we're going to say we'll catch you later. You're doing a hell of a job, mate. What a way to go in old bets in, mate.
Thanks, Wade. Yeah, come on for the first round win. So wrap about that. And I'll come in to win. I'm not paying spiders, so let's go.
Hey, happy birthday to your beautiful mum. Yesterday we got to hang out. You cooked us a bit of dinner last night. Thank you so much for that. Mate, please make sure you stick around in some capacity in Slammer. We love you, mate. You're an important part of us.
I'll be around in some shape or form with the big crew, talking, commentating, videoing, driving. I'll be around. And happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you very much, Ronnie. I think I've just been kissed by a very handsome Italian. That's the way things go in drag racing. Have a look at this. Pristine, isn't it? A little bit of a clean up in R5 just going on here at the moment. This is Hedgie. We're just climbing over the wall here. At the moment, he's going to come around that way. It's very sticky. Draggy's already in excellent shape. Hedgie is one of our very hard-working officials here in the NDRC. There we go. There we go. Hear that sound? Hedgie, you love this stuff, don't you, mate?
Oh, absolutely, mate. And this legacy race, the Winternationals, busy, cars are busy, cars. It's just atmosphere. You can feel the energy around the place. I just love it.
Hedgie, over your shoulder is the Dennis Service Way. And today we're going to do a very special presentation in honour of Dennis's memory. And there's a man that puts so much in the heart and soul of drag racing.
Absolutely. What an absolute legend. Everybody here knows him. And we'll remember him and all the effort he did and this wonderful place. So, yeah, this trophy has been handed out to Asian. You're absolutely awesome. Make sure you're holding it in there.
His lovely wife Sue does an amazing job for us up in the tower. Mate, unbelievable person.
Oh, and she is absolutely right. This weekend we've had some fair calls on up there talking to Sue. It's like, done, sort of, Jay, done. That's the attitude right there. Make stuff happen.
Queen Sue and also Lex is going to come down and just love that. Sounds like the old Roberts nightclub in Perth on the carpet. We're going to do a little tour of the world. Sportsman racing is like I said. So too, we've got sort of mainly alcohol racing to pro stock racing. So much coming up that you're very passionate about.
Oh, absolutely, and we're going to crown the Pro Alcohol Champion today too, so all the sportsmen champions today, so a lot of nerves in the stadium over my lawyers, so we're going to have so yeah, I can't wait to
Forward to see you here. Let's rock this. It's the winter. Come on, everybody. fellas. What a beautiful day to go drag racing.
Well, thank you there, Mr. Roger. That was a beautiful introduction there to our beautiful track. Good to see everybody here, and thank you for that, Wade. You can see the track is getting a little bit of a clean up. We did have a little bit of a spillage in one of our comp cars, but that's okay. We won't be too far off before we get underway. But what a day, Mr. Will, from one way to another way, sitting beside you, Mr. Wade Anderson. How are you, sir?
Oh, you're a smooth operator, Terry, so well done to you. But have a look at the big screen there, folks. If you do see yourself, look at the grandstand, give the cameras away. We're of course streaming on 7 Plus throughout today, so big shout out and thank you to Overtaking Lane to bring us the pictures of the last 3 days of the Winternationals. But today, finals day, is on 7 Plus. So the Harley-Davidson draw is delayed until round 2 of Top Fuel, Terry.
Yes, so if you are keen on getting a ticket, no, I'm not sure you should have a ticket already. You should want your ticket to come here to see the racing. And you know that somebody here on this premises is going to take home a Harley-Davidson.
Yeah, we're
Two extra leather jackets and helmets hanging around, and I hope that maybe someone will win.
So yes, so anyway, look, we'll just come back in just a moment, folks. We'll get away from the track division and let's go into a couple of commercials.
Hey, Ronald.
Oh, yeah, track clean up. I'm only joking. We know we're going. We've had some hot racing already this morning. We've seen
P313. Welcome, please like and subscribe.
And the modified doors this morning. And we've had some pretty hot racing this morning. And we had a little bit of clean up. And we've had Richard. We are in Supercomp, so we're trying off that CPA record. He's running in the going. He is just over that record with a 7.910. He's going to have to really do some hard work because when he gets to racing, he's up against Craig Geddes in the Sun Racing Garage, who is the big racer record of 7.44, and he has got 0.429 under. Yeah, so there it is. Look, so really good vision there. You can see Craig Geddes. Look, there is the man at the moment. 0.429 under that 7.44 record. He's keen to get this thing started. We can see the other end of the track. We've got the tractors still doing their D, and it's been tough. But let's have a little look. We've got, just to let you know, we've got some finals coming up, some more seconds and whatever coming up. We've got in the junior drag bike, we will have Kai Badcock will be taking on young Ashelfoot, and of course the other Badcock will be taking on Jade Shaw. So we've had to set this morning, we've had some good racing, and our pairings we're getting coming through for the modified bike will be Johnny Lewis on the fastest 714 aspirated, quite possibly in Australia. He'll be up against Jeff Marshall, that is modified bike coming up later on. And of course, Dale Marshall, I think he gets a bye. What a privilege to get a bye in a race meeting like this, ladies and gentlemen. Not easy. And Super Sedan will have Paul Dolan up against Ace Edwards. Jaden Plant will be taking on Dean Zammit, and Dennis Ryan will be taking on Carl Chevy Taylor in Super Sedan. So we've got some really good pairings, and these races have worked very hard over the last 3 days to get to this time of the day.
Already, as you mentioned this morning, but across the weekend as well. A lot of our categories, women's sport for choicing locally in the local track championships, but to be able to put that on display, a national event like this, it's just going to be cutthroat, it's going to be close, the races are consistent, they're cutting good lights, and that means the sportsman action is going to be top notch.
Now we talked about the quick cars in the field, and let's have a little look. We're going to go and have a little look at a tiny highlight of the Nitro Champs.
And we keep the Nitro theme continuing, because here comes Top Fuel.
You see Ali over there preparing her part of Wayne Newby. That's starting that left-hand lane and Sarah Lamington, the Fuel's wife, back to back him up. So fire up. They're at a 391 yesterday. Starting to show some tickering. All the line has maintained the knots. We're good.
Yeah, I'm not experimenting going on this today. It's not experimenting. It's Top Fuel or Nitro Funny Car. They're the perfect car.
Look at him. He's still going to take it.
Still going to take it.
But you, impressive. Yesterday, stayed very clean. He ran 373 at the bench for a PB. And then yesterday, remarkably, here, Phil Reed shared a 371 with a 9. So Newton's in good touch, the current championship leader.
Just on 59 points coming into this one. Rapasada, Autosport International. Phil Reed hanging on to third position with 41 points right now. In third spot. And Martin Finchers. So this round up in Willowbank. Well, no pun intended. It's a track that's been a bogey track over the years. The Phil Lamartina. Been here at Sydney Bradley. Normally big crowd yesterday, actually qualifying day. Day number 2. This iconic event that started back at Eastern Creek in the mid-90s. This is round 1 of Top Fuel. Argentina. Saw a funny car. As it looks like we don't have a body over the top. He means business. He wants the championship.
Tomorrow, another 371 million. Can you believe these numbers that this is a problem? I think there's just a bit consistent people who have been young in this race today. Yeah, it's a bit of emotion running with the team this weekend, but that's giving me a lot of confidence in order to roll up and get those in the good shots. Yeah, I thought it was the non-racing shots. Everything becomes racing next time. Okay.
Is ready to go too. He's just been given the rubber. Okay, that was a 75. This guy went 68.7. It's a track record here. He's a top end bottom. The defending Australia Cup champion, the upper race car. 1 of 3, right beside of the rest of the international cars in the field.
What a team. What a the engines are phenomenal. Reach that on America.
look very stout. They're very consistent. It's around the money where he was yesterday as well. Gear range replay. Phil Reed initially problems off the line as well for him. And Dixon, so many years of experience. He won this event 2 years ago. Alongside Phil Lamartine in the A final there.
Look at the home gear range replay. 830 to 64 to 12 for Larry Dixon. That car was motoring. Reed got to about 330, couldn't make it half track.
Hey, Jess Morgan, how you going? Please like and subscribe if you could.
Shoot that for a second because only the one shoot come out, which is unusual. But can you talk us through that, Rob?
Not a lot to talk about. It was it went straight and true. Got to the finish line. The lower belt made there,
yep.
So no complaints whatsoever. Saw the win line, so it's good for the wrap start team.
Yeah, not a bad first round for the team. 3 cars on track 3 win line.
Yeah, that's the love of the connection.
Thanks. All right, get that really long round too, mate.
Thank you very much.
Back to everybody who's having a look, they're just giving us a little bit of a hand signal there. We won't be too far off. We've just still got a little bit of a clean up. So we're not too far off, ladies and gentlemen. Get yourself settled, get yourself a coffee, get settled. We're going to go and play a few bills, and we'll be back very shortly, ladies and gents.
Thanks very much. Jess, thank you.
So technically, if you're looking for a race, you would put your money on Daniel Case if he gets everything right.
Yeah, we know for Alan as well that the beautiful canary yellow Falcon, it's on the stream there, but we know that yesterday he was lucky because he cut a red line. He did too. So he actually lost the race, but then he competited across the centre line, which gave him back to him.
And there's no overtaking lanes in this competition, is there? So you can't change lanes. It is an offence, and you will be fined.
That is correct.
By giving you a little loss ticket, which is really sad. But look, Alan will not care at all. He's like, I'll take that thing any way I can. So, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, we're not too sure. We've just got the tractors just pulling down in the deep end there. So maybe one of the cars, either Giant or Eddie, might have dropped a little bit of fluid as we're just getting red hot underway. So I'm not too sure. See the tractor heading down there. We're not going to have tractor races today. You're not going to have that.
Look at Wayne Holland with John Deere there. That beautiful beard is bristling with breeze.
I would not have the time or the effort to grow something that long, but anyway. But big welcome to everybody who is watching at home. You can see the crowd there building over on the grandstand. It was standing room only yesterday here at Willowbank Raceway for the running of the 57th Winternationals. And the grassy area, I tell you what, it was just packed all the way down to the big screens down there as well. Absolutely phenomenal. I know the Group 1 commentators were having a ball trying to get a Mexican leg going. I don't know how well they did. Probably easier in a round oval competition. But the straight line competition, I think they did it right there yesterday.
They did well.
So yeah, so here we are waiting for, just to see, we'll just get word on what is happening down that deep end. And we'll see what's going on. And How did you see that race, man?
Yeah, so that the one we just saw before, where you talking about the race and the Mexican wave stats that we saw yesterday.
I think it's all exciting. It doesn't matter. But if you are listening, if you are watching at home on Saturday, I can tell you now, it is an absolutely stunning day here on the Willowbank Raceway. There is not one single cloud in the sky. It is crystal clear. It is blue. The sky is blue. The track is black, and the track is hot.
You remember it was away from the grassy hill there, folks. How are we doing this morning? Looking to on the big screen, broadcasting around Australia. People in Perth are probably turning sunrise off and going, hey, guess what? I want to watch drag racing.
Yes, I'm sure that's exactly what they're doing. We don't think we can see those talking heads. Let's go see some racing. Look at that crowd over there on the racing. As I said, it will build up as we get closer to that 10:30 tip-off. It'll be on because once the big boys hit the track, there is, as I said, you can see it down the back here when we've got all the vendors. They will just be cleared out. You could almost just have a running race down because there's no one there because everyone is here at their seat on the grandstand. Ready to watch. perceived advantage, and Pat is just that was a good example of when you have some skin in the game. That is how you can dominate. Even though Nick Lalea cut up a trip set, it wasn't enough.
He did everything that could be done to cut that perfect. Like, this is what it looks like from the drag start. So that's the fifth perfect like we've seen here this weekend. But it just wasn't enough, was it, Terry?
I've got to tell you though, mate, I think the modified crew are probably glad that Nicholas is racing in Supercomp. moves around just like really horizontal. Yeah, I think so. When you get a buy, that's a good opportunity to test a few things out, mate. I mean, you don't. Probably should. But just when you thought after those mighty supercharged drags that gets down there. about wheel standing, we talk about wheel spinning, we talk about going wild. That is what you just really
Yeah, 100%. You'll see there the money car we've got from the unreal there for the drag stuff. Once it hooked up out of the wheel stand, ripped up, that's when it kicked sideways. Did well though, didn't kick it away from the center line.
That is not a burnout pattern. Seriously, Terry, calm yourself. That is some good driving. And she knew once you got a hold of that thing, off the throttle, it'll correct itself, and it did. Oh. Terry Jones, I mean, what a way. If you can't win, be spectacular.
People were expecting that drag to come flying past. I mean, he probably doesn't know who won. No, but I'll tell you what, we know the shenanigans that happened at the 330 foot cone, and that 330 foot cone was going,
It was bright, I could see it just wiggled and jiggled a little. But yeah, look, ladies and gents, how did you feel about that up on the grassy area? Was that exciting? How wild was that? The grandstand were probably having a little bit of a moment up there. They thought, whoa, what is Terry doing? But you can see there one of our officials Canny down there, bringing the drags to back. Now, when you think it's just going to get a little bit quieter, but it is most certain about to get faster on two wheels. We are just about to move into who's coming up first?
we got two behind.
What a pairing. We got the rookie, the new racer, Bobby Schluter, who's coming through. Sharpland's now Southern. 869. She's running off that 869 record. You talked about it before. These riders are racing off a similar system, of course, to Supercomp. And it is, we've got actually this Terry Jones incident. Look at it, that is just you know what? Terry even managed to keep it in her lane. Like that is wild. Didn't even look. Pete's going. Did I won? I think I won. Pretty sure I won. What happened? Where's Jones?
She was hoping to be in the overtaking lane by going past.
Yes, that's it. No indicator or anything. That's the way it goes. So Ken Collin and the Rascal Race Engine. Big shout out to Ken's got the number one on the side. I got some news from his wife mate this morning that he is actually going for an operation. Bobby, she's come from junior to
like and subscribe.
utility, and he has been assistant all weekend as well. So I think Josh Hunter, I think he could be the silent assassin in the field.
Yeah, definitely. So we're taking out a few of our big guns in Super Street, so interesting to see who Josh will be next week.
date, but whether something will in front of the beans or something happened, we will have to find out.
We were just talking about how many it was, so maybe something else. It's coming up as I said, to run 48, but look, he's running in circuits there, not top fuel, so maybe one of the pro-make players, which is a little different. You've got a million of those out here, and yes, you can have a look at it. That's all the do with the Supercomp market. We don't use that. We don't use the double R. We're not allowed to. So, Dylan Lacey, we are moving into a street bike. You thought it would get slow.
Welcome, Mad Cow. Please like and subscribe. Who thinks?
He's got the dentist right style.
That's why you don't read
Hey, Mark.
when you're riding extreme bike.
Hey, Hayes. Drag racing is the best. Yeah, I think so too, buddy. If you could all please like and subscribe, it'd be great.
I certainly did. So it does look like we, you and I, Mr. Benson, Mr. Wayne Benson, we might be able to check
I just had to quickly go to the toilet.
Very fast.
So we got top four from back there in Lane as well, so not sure which one, or what direction we're heading.
Is it a scissor paper rock to see which one we don't get paid? Or draw straws or something?
I reckon I know who would win that battle anyway.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll take a quick break and we'll be back in just a moment there, folks.
Yeah, I do, Trisha. I had it muted. Sorry, chat. Yeah, I've been thinking about you a lot, Trisha. Been worried about you. Pressure. Big root pressure. I don't want to be a nuisance streamer unless I really have to. Gonna cost Chad a lot of money to get that done.
This swing around this way and shoot down here. This is when I know it's go time. Sarah has the carrot shoes on, which means that we're about to rip. Lovely girl. Thank you very much. To my good friend Felipe, who celebrated his birthday during the week. Congratulations to you, another milestone. Fortunately, Julia stuck around. All right, it's been a tough week for you so far, but the speed has been there. What happened yesterday?
Well, Will's found the sweet spot, we found the sour, so I'm not sucking and trying to move now, but on the ball right, so the fire right, no taste to it. No, we broke the belt and we dropped the valve in the last run, but you know, it's the high green, try and win the goals. We've got to do work around all my great partners. We'll try and take the money and fill a bit behind the 8 ball after losing the 2 runs.
A little bit of a wind blowing. It's not too bad. I just had to put my hood on my head. Stop the wind blowing from the back. It's not too bad. I'm standing in the sun.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Thanks, mate. Thank you very much. Let's rip down this way in amongst all of our crews. Hello to the lovers. Hands up, baby. Hello to the high crews. There's Matt Dynamite. Thank you very much. There's Adam down there as well.
Should finish around 4 p.m. this afternoon if they're not running late.
Steve Reed.
Yeah, there was no cell towers working out here yesterday. I looked it up on the Telstra site. And they fixed it about 3:43 yesterday afternoon. But it's definitely working now. Fancy they're doing it on a day they have a bloody carrying event.
Wayne, you that little irritating Teletubbies got the points right now.
Yeah, I think I've been waiting this year, so unless something happens between now and the next round, do everything with a vehicle, maybe a broken leg, but no.
I know the Stand Safety Cup is very important to a lot of people in this field, yourself included. You currently own that. Stan was a wonderful man and really celebrates his legacy.
Yeah, look, it's been great to have that, and I look forward to it staying in the family for this season.
Good luck to you, mate.
Thank you.
Damien Harris has been in fantastic form. I can see a short but powerful man wearing a beanie. It's next to a West Australian in a bright yellow race suit. This will be Wayne Newby. This is the real, by the way, this is the real support network of, excuse me, turn our way. This will be Brooke, this will be Jazz, this will be Kieran, this will be Little Grace. What's this most powerful nuggets in the whole world? This is a little mini car. You can't help but tell, can you? Carl Bartlett, good to see you here, mate. Welcome to the Winters, although you have won this event before. Just got into a field.
Yeah, hopefully we can get today a win, and yeah, see we go.
You feeling good?
Yeah.
It has been pretty cold the last few nights, but not like American cold, I suppose. You want to compare it to that?
You'll be right. Right next to him, like it's about as tall as Carl's son.
There's the Ghostbusters box. The holes or the ghost.
Yeah, it's good to be on everybody's back for a while.
Mate, you're in such good form right now. 371 with a 9 is your PB, but I feel maybe you can get to the 6 this weekend.
Yeah, if it happens, it happens. It's about winning these races and winning the championship, so hopefully we can do that. If the 6 comes, it comes.
You're in really good form. Get after it, buddy. That's Wayne Newby, everyone. Let's go visit some Nitro Funny Car. Hello, boys. Like I just walked into a hand of bananas just then. We'll walk through our pro stock line up here as well and find out Nitro Funny Car drivers who are waiting for me over here. I can see Morris McMillan doing up his race suit hurriedly. Please, Justin Walsh, please zip up that race suit. I mean, I know you've got a chest of an Adonis, but you could. He's not going to.
I'm standing in the corner of the fence.
Zip up his suit. Justin Walsh is not going to. Please put your hands together, folks, for Gold Coast, Justin Walsh!
Got a tripod strapped to the fence.
Oh, look, I might have another little trick up my sleeve today. We can put a few wing lights on and see how we go, and I'll come up with something stupid.
As long as it's not a helicopter. We don't need to see that.
There's no helicopter here, trust me.
Mate, you're so close to the 3.
Mate, look, at the end of the day, it's a number, yes, we're looking for it, but it's like when you're a young fella, if you go out looking for your first girlfriend...
Yeah, I got up at 3 a.m. this morning, and I left at 5. Just to make sure this bloody internet was working out here.
All the way, Josh Lane! You told me you didn't like me calling him that.
Which it is.
I don't think he's a big fan of it, but you're not going to stop later.
Correct. It just makes me more excited. Josh Lane, so good to see you, mate. Hey,
it's broadcast on 7 May for anyone that's in chat.
Yeah, he's doing well. Uncle Pete, yeah. It's good to have the family out
in Australia.
It's a family sport, and we do it as a family, and yeah, this whole airplane.
So you might see me on TV.
It's a pretty special thing.
Are you leading this championship in some Kiwi?
This guy here might show me.
What are you going to do this weekend?
A to B, just A to B. I'm not going to jinx myself this time, mate.
Good, I like the way you said that. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, mate.
Congratulations, Dad, because it's the first time back here and good to meet your little nephew as well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think they're at home watching, so yeah, hi to the nephew and good work Dad at home.
Yeah, very cool. And swing back this way real quick because this young lady right here is the mum of his beautiful little baby, Kels. Good to see you, love.
Thank you.
Auntie Kels now as well. Let's go to this bloke from Mackay in North Queensland, everybody. David Payton! Getting closer.
Yeah, we'll get there. We're definitely getting close. Car's consistent. We're doing well. So, yeah.
Home crowd, mate.
Yeah, close to single home crowd for us from Mackay. So, a lot of family here. Parents, in-laws, godparents and whatnot. So, yeah, very keen.
Better say you tiny little girl, and I hope she's awake.
Yeah, hopefully she's awake. Yeah, Evie should be watching, so we'll see.
Good luck, mate. Get after it.
Thank you.
Please put your hands together for David Payton. You have 2 Queenslanders in this field. And an East Coast Australian. He lives in Sydney these days. Morris McMillan, you are in such good touch right now.
I think it's Nitro Funny Cars next.
The quickest DT in the history of funny car racing in Australia.
Yeah, well, I think you did DT right there, so we're in good touch. So
he's in really good touch, everybody. I just want to remind everybody.
Yeah, thanks for that. No, look, what a day yesterday. It was really good. And to go and run 92 and then back up to 93 was pretty damn cool. But you know, today's race day, so what happened yesterday means absolutely nothing anymore. So we got Damo in the first round, and that car was so close, just blind. So we're going to be on our game and look, the conditions now are right to throw.
I ain't moving from this spot either until it's finished. Then I'll hang around at the pit cruise and all that sort of stuff and do a bit of filming of that.
Thank you very much.
See what there is to film.
Benny Bishop, speaking of Queenslanders,
for a while.
He is down in the deep end, very proud, originally Bundaberg man, actually. Benny Bishop, good morning to you, my friend.
Gates opened at 8 a.m. here and I got in at 7.
Yeah, a kilometre from you, and it's
it's quite full on down here.
You can't camp here over the weekend.
19k an hour breeze down here, so a little bit of crosswind.
When you're here, Trisha, it's going to be
man, it's fresh.
Jamboree, I think.
Absolutely blue skies, Wade. So
If you want to go, we can go one day if you want.
Proud. Can I get everybody in this place to put your hands up in the air? Give us a wave.
It's up to you. What do you want to do?
Right across the world, actually, not just on 7 Plus, wonderful to be live here as well, but also our friends in the NHRA are also tuned in. So this is a very, very exciting moment for this family as well. Now, if you look up on that sign right there, back in 2010, Willowbank Raceway inaugurated Dennis Ceramus Way to celebrate basically a 6-decade legacy for Dennis Ceramus. Now, it was an amazing honour that was bestowed on Dennis and also Sue's lovely wife. And the NDRC has decided
Hope your results are okay when they come back.
Create the Dennis Ceramus Award for Excellence for
Especially
the
about
most
your legs.
amount of points over some beautiful shots right there. To celebrate the driver in the sportsman category with the highest collective point score. I'm going to tell you who that is in just a moment. But Lex Swain knows all about this wonderful bloke up on the screen. When you think back, it's 6 decades worth of legacy.
Absolutely, and there isn't anybody we can think of more worthy of this trophy.
So he had the perfect balance, didn't he?
There we go.
Because he was across 3 different genres within our industry.
He was a really good racer. He won the national cross, and in those days,
There's the Australian flag.
If you won that, he was an administrator for many years in the sport, and then track manager for many years. So he covered all those important areas of the sport, and he understood them from those aspects.
So this lady next to us, everybody loves Sue. I cannot find one person. She's like Flipper. Everybody loves Flipper. You know what I mean? Like everyone loves Sue.
That's video.
Yes, okay.
She's our drag
Talking to him on the phone.
That's what I'm saying right here. Please put your hands together for Sue Ceramus, everybody. An absolute sweetheart, this lady. She does everything for everybody all the time. Everybody always says, thank you so much for what you do. You must be really proud of this moment.
I am very proud. I'm sure Dennis would be proud too. Yeah.
Now, how cool that the inaugural Dennis Ceramus Award for Excellence for the most amount of points is awarded to someone that's taller than you to start with, but a junior.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
I think Dennis would have thought that was cool too.
Yes. Because he was around when juniors started, and he was one of the main instigators for junior racer. So I think that's a very good thing. Yeah.
Now, you're kind of known for your hugs, Sue. So I want you to hug on this bloke, please. Put your hands together for Zane Condello. He is the inaugural winner of the Dennis Ceramus, and that is cool, Zano. Well done, mate. No, don't shake her hand. You got a hug on her. She loves hugs. Mate, you're the first person ever to win this award. You're the most high point score man out of all of the sportsman categories for Aerofreight. That's super cool.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate. It's an amazing feeling, definitely. We've worked hard all season to get here, and yeah, it's an amazing feeling to finally be awarded it.
Yeah, mate, I know you didn't get the result you wanted just then, but the championship was looking pretty tidy for points. We'll talk about that later on. But congratulations, they can't take this away from you. The first time ever, when you're a top fuel driver in 10 years' time and has got no money left at all, you can say, I won that award.
Yeah, hopefully. I think I'm running a bit dry at the moment as well, just with juniors, but we'll see how we go when we get to top fuel and stuff.
Go on, mate, congratulations. Thanks, mate. Please put your hands together for Zane Condello, for Sue Ceramus, Lex Swain, and everybody here for this very, very cool award. Very shortly, we're going to fire up for your top fuel in just a moment.
Oh, top fuel, okay.
Later on, Max Farb, I believe we're not doing it at the moment. We're going to be doing this a little bit later on. We're going to be spinning the wheel to decide who wins a Harley-Davidson. So I believe that's been put back a little bit, chatting with Andy before.
Wonder if I went in the draw for that buying a 2-day ticket. I think I did.
Hands up if you know how to ride a Harley-Davidson.
Not sure if you automatically went into the
So we're going to
competition when you bought a ticket, or you actually had to buy a ticket in the actual draw.
Get ready, Willowbank. It's time, Rusty Gregory.
Absolutely it is. Thank you very much, Wade. We are about to kick the tyres and light the fires here at Willowbank Raceway. But before we do that, let's have a look at what happened in
I think I could fit a Harley in the boot. Take home. But it'd be nice. I'd probably never ride it. Jesus Christ. Oh, that went through my head.
286 miles per hour. Up against a very bad
Mother trucker.
That's all 386 weekend. Yeah, Phil and said they're not going to be disappointed with that.
Jeez, that's one of the latest ones I've ever heard.
It's an 09 for Phil at 60 foot. As Bruce Reed said, no one cares who wins the 60 foot nationals. And sometimes it matters, you know. They were very even at half track as well. And in the end, the 377 is south of the look bag.
Yeah, looking at the short times, it was under 3 seconds to half track for Phil Reed.
Jeez, that was an experience and a half just standing right here.
Considering the headwind that we've got out here this morning.
Everything vibrated on me, including my gut.
This point side by side in the morning is tremendous. Willowbank, how good was that? Please put your hands together.
And usually my ears just get tickled, but that was extra strong. Oh,
behind everything. The Bill Reed team are about to come past you. Would you please put your hands together for them? And they were on, well, a little light support overnight because Bill said we can't afford to blow anything up at this point, but that's a much better result for them. Benny Bishop will get a hilarious. It's a man they call Felipe. Bill Reed is known for his randomness, and I'm sure there's 20 more. He'll reveal the hat. Benny tucked inside his race suit. He watched this, reach inside and
did you actually feel it there too, did you, on the other side of the screen? You haven't got it on the big TV, have you, Trish? If you have, it'd be extra better.
It's always an entertaining interview with Phil Reed, that is for sure. We've still got a bunch more Nitro coming your way this morning, as well as all of
the sorry, headphone users.
And the final sportsmen. It's a big day here at Willowbank Raceway. Can't wait to get into it.